That's a good question today. I was talking about really a very personal view of the packaging waste that we produce as humans, as consumers, I suppose, if you like, and how we're going to deal with that, in now and in the future. I think the biggest challenge is how we can reduce the amount of it that we produce.
For me, I think we need to revert to the polluter pays principle. So I think at the moment there isn't a pressure on the producers of packaging to redesign their packaging for end-of-life purposes. There's a lot of consideration of marketing and shelf life, and very little consideration of what happens to the package at the end of its life.
There's a lot of interest in the subject, but there's obviously a lot of confusion. With people trying to understand this if they are interested. So the difficulty is trying to educate people to allow them to get the material into the situation that it can be recycled properly.
One of the biggest challenges that we face as regulators is the conflict that exists between the provision of mandatory information, which is compulsory information that you must provide on the label, and what the companies wish to provide in regard to marketing.
I think there's a huge amount of information about the product that you're buying that sometimes is on the packaging. People don't realise how much information there is there. They don't realise how easy it is to find out what that information means. And that's what I want to let people know, is that there's a lot of information there and that it's actually not that difficult. You can find out what it means.
I think I was pleasantly surprised at the diversity of people who spoke and what they spoke about. It's funny, on paper it looked like we were all talking about completely different things, but really when you drill under all of this, we're all talking and trying to achieve the same thing. And I think moving forward, or after today's event, it would be really interesting to continue that dialogue together, because really the goal we all have is the same, and that's to create a more sustainable environment.
The circular economy is very important, and I suppose people that are designing packaging should be held to account and shouldn't see the consumer as the end of game for them. They need to see past the consumer and making sure that that packaging, if put in the proper bin, has a future life. And the last thing I'd leave you with is the opportunity that people talked about with online shopping and the potential reduction of packaging.